So calling in today, we have Francis Cassol from Scelerata. Francis, how you doing?
Hey Robert, I'm doing fine, and you guys?
I'm doing great, and I gotta say, this is the first guest, kind of accomplishment I feel for this show. Been around for a couple semesters. The first ever guest calling in from South America, which is really cool, you know.
Wow, that's awesome, man. So it's kind of an honor for me to be
The
the
first,
first guest from South America. That's awesome.
yeah, man, it's great. And also, I just reviewed your album recently. That is the talk. I cannot just. I've been telling my fans about this. If you go to Heart City, the review. Also, I believe Rock and Melzone. We're going to put it up shortly. The Sniper Man. I know you guys have, responded. Thank you, for commenting on my review of your album. But how's the overall, perception been of this album? It is a really good album, guy.
Well, yeah. First of all, I'd like to thank you, for your words about our album, your review, and all. And the feedback has been amazing. We released the album a couple of months ago in Japan and also in Brazil, and now it's out by Nightmare Records in Canada, United States, and also Europe. And we're very happy, and we're getting the greatest reviews, and people seem to be really liking the album, and it just makes us very happy because we put a lot into this, and we really believe in this album, and it just makes us very happy to see how people are really enjoying it.
Yeah, it's really an album that when I first, because it actually took, the story is, Hard City, the website that I kind of work for, the guy that sends me the reviews, the albums to review and stuff, I actually had a hard time opening the file, so I was kind of like bummed. And then when I finally opened the file, I started listening to music. It was well worth the wait. Each song
Oh,
is
great.
amazing. Yeah, and the thing about it is, the first two songs, how can anyone not love it? You guys are collaborating with Paul Di'Anno, the original singer from Iron Maiden.
Yeah, that's actually we've been friends with Paul for like 4 years now, I think, because I don't know if you're aware of this, but Scelerata is Paul Diano's backing band here in Brazil.
So Scelerata.
So
Oh,
we've been
okay.
touring. We've been doing the past three Brazilian tours with him as his backing band, and he's a great friend. We really love him. He's a great guy. He's a heavy metal legend. And we're very happy to play with him. And on the last tour, that was, I believe it was October 2011, we asked him to record on the album, and he said, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So, we got him on a day off, and we took him to the studio and recorded him. Actually, he already knew the songs because I already sent the songs to him, on his email, and he already knew the songs and stuff. So it was awesome, to have him on the record. He's a,
Yeah.
we've been listening to his Iron Maiden album since we were like very young. We were
Oh
like 10
yeah.
years old, and we were already fans. And to have the opportunity to be playing with him, to be playing those songs that we just love, and even better to have him on our album, it's kind of it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to believe sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in my blood, that song, the drumming on that song, that's just one of my favorites. Like to me,
Yeah, I love that shit. I love
yeah,
that one. I
just
love this
love that.
one.
It's awesome. Like how you guys went in and you created these really heavy songs, and then you have Paul Di'Anno come in, and the songs that you guys do yourselves, without people guessing, because also on In My Dreams, that Andy DeRis from Halloween is on, right?
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
good. That's pretty cool too. You got two great singers, on your album, and that's just one of those things that I think it really adds. And then especially, again, I feel like I'm talking so much, but it's a really strong the lyrics written. I don't know whoever wrote the lyrics. If you guys all wrote the lyrics, it's just dead on powerful.
yeah. Well, thanks, man. The lyrics part, lyrical part is something that I really care about. Lots of bands, especially here in Brazil, since we are singing in a language that isn't our native language. Because we speak Portuguese here,
Yeah, yeah,
and to write in English, people sometimes in the bands here, they really don't pay attention, to these kind of things, and it's something that I try to be always, very careful. And about having Andy Darius on the album, Halloween's lead singer, and again, we've been fans of Halloween for
Oh,
almost 2 decades, and
yeah. You
he's
also.
not only he sings on Halloween, but also he's a great songwriter, and
Oh, no doubt.
our
Yeah.
our producer, the guy who produced our album is Charlie Bauerfeind. He's a German producer, heavy metal producer. He produces bands like Halloween, Blind Guardian, Motorhead, Saxon, and
Oh,
Hammerfall,
Saxon. That's
Halford, and lots
awesome.
of other bands. And we were talking through Skype with him, and then he told us that he showed our new singer. He showed our demos to Andy, and Andy really liked the new singer, and he said that he wanted to write a song for us. And again, it was very hard to believe to have a song written by Andy Darius, and like I said, he's a great song. Not only he's a great singer, but he's an awesome songwriter. And I think this song, "Must Be Dreaming," it's just such a great song that it could easily be on a Halloween album.
It,
So
it's really a good song. The chorus, especially, I love that. The very melodic, hooky, the catchy chorus. And you
yeah, you
guys,
you can see that it's a bit different, from the other songs.
yeah,
It has kind of a modern, feel on it, and so it's a bit different because, of course, it's from an outside writer, which is not a common thing actually in the heavy metal world to have an outside songwriter. But we couldn't say no to that because Sandy Darius, and we're huge fans, So
oh
it
yeah,
was
I bet you
awesome.
were. And speaking of huge fans. You guys, like you said, you gotta work with the guy who produced all those great bands, and in the studio, you gotta even play on what was it, the Halloween kit, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of hard for me, because as a drummer, I recorded the drums in Germany, right,
Yeah,
in the Blind Guardian studio, and Danny Libley, the Halloween drummer, he lent us his drum kit, and
that's
it was
so
kind of hard
cool.
because the producer Charlie Barfan, he is a drummer, and to be recording with this atmosphere, in the Blind Garden studio with a Halloween drum kit with this guy which is probably the greatest heavy metal producer in Europe, and this guy even he still is a drummer, so it was a lot of pressure on me,
I bet that's just so cool,
and but
man.
at the same time it was a great experience. Actually I just put a making of the drum sessions, and you can find it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's
It was great.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I saw, and it's just so cool to do. And it's like you guys said, you're big fans. Last week, I was possibly going to try to get you on the show. Scheduling, you had this week. Also, it worked out for me. I had Odorous Urungus from Guar calling, but you went to Slash. How was that? That's pretty cool. Was that a big thing? Because in Brazil, I know, and when it comes to metal shows, you guys, it's crazy down there. You guys really get into these bands, especially with the live tour dates down there recently. How was that?
Well, yeah. It's been a kind of unbelievable because we've got so many huge concerts coming in right now. You said Slash, right?
Yeah.
So exactly, Slash was playing here last Friday, and yesterday we had Kiss playing here,
Oh man. Oh.
and 2 days ago we had Lady Gaga, and we're having in December we're having Madonna. So this is the city where I live in. It's called Porto Alegre,
Porto
and
Alegre.
it's the capital of the southern state in Brazil. So of course I think it's top 4 or top 5 uh, capital here. I'm talking about population. I think we have like 1.5 million people here, but it's not the major city. We have São Paulo, which is major. We have
Uh.
Rio, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Rio. Whenever I think of
So
Rio, Rock and Rio, Iron
yeah,
Maiden. That's what I think of. All those people just going crazy during Fear of the Dark. You see everyone just jumping up and down.
yeah. Iron Maiden, they're huge here. Like Metallica and lots of other bands. You know, and we're just very happy that finally these artists they're coming here.
Well, I see it's a genuine, it's this thing that you guys really care about the music. You're very passionate. And sometimes I get on American because, for historic reasons, yes, America is like the metal, but for some reason I see South America, especially now with the Sniper release, this album, it's just one of those things that I'm seeing globally. The metal world is just growing so fast, and I've always wondered, you guys, your fan base, I'm sure it's how, what's it like? It's probably primarily in Brazil, but where would you say in the globe, besides, your home, is there a lot of, fans?
Sorry, Robert, I didn't get the question.
Oh, so like where would you say besides your home base in Brazil, where do you get the most fans outside, around the world?
Oh, okay. Like I said, we released the album in Japan, and we have two. The Sniper is our third album, right? And we released in 2006 first album, which is called Darkness and Light, and in 2008 we released our second album called Skeleton's Domination. And when we released the Skeleton's Domination album, our lead singer at the time, he went to Japan to do an autograph session, and I think it was Tower Records, which is one of the hugest record store in Japan. To have this contact with the fans, and the day that he was signing there, it was our album was the album that was the top seller album of the day, and our guitarist Renato, he just came back from Japan like a couple of weeks ago, and he said that it's been awesome there, that everybody just stopped him and asked him about the band, and asking
cool.
when we're going to play there. So we're very happy about that. Of course, Japan is on the other side of the world, so we really don't have an idea what's going on there, but we know that the people are liking what we're doing. And in Europe too, we have plans to do a tour in Europe for next year.
Okay, so
but unfortunately, it's harder for us to go to North America, because I don't know. It seems to me that you guys from America, it's harder to please you guys. I don't know. At least that's how I feel. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I understand.
Like, the Japanese and the European, I think they're more open to foreign bands and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I understand what you're totally saying. I've complained about this. It's a lot. It's the supporting the scene, and when it comes to metal, we have this weird kind of state of metal where a lot of the bands that I feel is just no one really tries. It's the work ethic, and that's what I saw when I heard the Sniper. That's what I heard when I was listening to the Sniper. It's the work ethic, and I was going to ask the possibilities of coming to North America, but as you said, it's tough if there's not a big market up here. But do you ever think, though, maybe one day, definitely, I think maybe this album could do it, of coming up to North America and doing some shows?
Oh yeah, it would be a dream come true, And the funny thing is that as a child, I lived in the United States for 4 years and a half. I was 4 years old, and I returned to Brazil. I was almost 9. So I have this huge connection with the United States because my childhood was in the United States. I lived in Indiana.
Okay.
In a town called West Lafayette. Actually, it's very curious because Axl Rose and Izzy Stradlin, they were born there.
Yeah, they're from Indiana.
Town where I lived,
Damn, that's
but
cool.
But of course, I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
And I have this dream to come back to the United States with my band someday and play for you guys. And of course, I think that depends a lot on how this album is going to sell, on how you guys are going to, if you guys are going to be open to our music and stuff. Because our label, Nightmare Records, they're doing a great job promoting the album there. It's been out for like 10 days, I think.
Yeah, and I've seen you guys posting the reviews on the Facebook page, and it's getting a lot of positive feedback, and that's what I expect, when I heard it. Again, I rarely give for, albums, it's, 5 out of 5. There's only been, I'd say, in 2012, a couple bands, and the bands that this is the funny thing, the only bands that I've given perfect scores besides you guys are Rush and Testament. Rush and Testament. Rush's new album for 2012.
Yeah. Testament's new album, yeah.
Yeah, those are the only two other albums that I actually, when I reviewed, that I gave perfect scores for. So,
Oh man, that's great. Thanks a lot.
I'm telling you
Makes
guys,
me
and
very happy.
yeah, man, I'm telling all my fans out there, check out the Sniper. And as a drummer, I mean, it's got to be pretty cool just to be, blazing through this album, killing it. But I always want to know, because you are a drummer, who are some of your favorite drummers? Quickly, give us a little feel. Who do you look up to?
Well, I've listened to lots of different drummers, but you mentioned Rush, and Neil Peart is my hero. When I first listened to Rush, I was blown away because I really didn't know how important the drums could sound. How big, how important the role of the drums could be in a song. So it was really a change of concept. I was 15 years old when I first listened to Rush,
Yeah,
and I'm a huge fan of Lars Ulrich, especially his drumming in the 80s. I think
it's a great albums.
he kind of innovated a lot, in the metal drumming. And my main hero as a power metal drummer is Halloween's first drummer, Ingo Schutzenberg, because I think he's another guy who he created a lot of different stuff. He kind of invented the whole power metal drumming with the double bass drum, all the
Oh yeah,
time.
yeah,
And I really like Dan Zimmerman, from Gamma Ray. Actually, he left Gamma Ray a couple of months ago.
yeah.
Great heavy metal drummer.
Yeah.
And also Uli Kush from Halloween. And I'm really into, these more extreme metal guys like Gene Hoglan and George Colias from Nile.
Oh, George
I
Cleese
really
is
admire
great.
these guys because, it's not easy to do what they do on the drums.
No, it's not. And I'm telling everybody, Francis here is a great drummer, and everyone listening, I'm saying, please get this album, The Sniper. You can purchase it from nightmarerecords.com, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's why you can purchase it there and just listen. I'll play a couple tracks here during the show so everyone can get a
Great.
taste. Great. Hey, Francis, thank you for calling in all the way from Brazil, dude.
Oh man, thanks a lot for for the opportunity to speak with our American friends. And whenever you want us to be on your show, we'll be happy to.
Yes, and hopefully one day you guys will be here in the States and I can see you guys live. That'd be amazing,
Oh,
dude.
that would be great. We've been working very hard over here and rehearsing almost every night, so we're very eager to play. And if it happens for us to come over to the United States, like I said, it would be a dream come true, and it would be very nice to meet you in person.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So thank you again for calling in, dude.
Okay, Robert, thanks a lot, man.
Hey.